Okay, so this is Jason Thompson. Today is Wednesday, October 24th, 2018. This is going to be video 2 of 3. I just went over the outline of a project that we were referring to as a custom SWAT IFAK project, or now the small to back IFAK. And so I'm going to kind of go through quickly the evolution of the program. We were approached by a prospective customer to help them meet a need to make sure that they're carrying adequate first aid supplies in the form of an IFAK on their gear. They were struggling to come up with a compromise amongst the team, and we were very fortunate to be able to get involved in that to help them out. We had the option of being able to tell them that we don't have something that matched their requirements exactly, but we chose not to go that route, and we chose to take a journey with them to push them further to make sure that they're getting what they need and not what simply just is available to them. So I am very hopeful that through their patience and our patience, and that we're going to come out with a product that satisfies everybody's needs and offers a new product to customers that are in a very similar situation. They were simply looking for just basic IFAK items in the original requirement. We approached them with 2 options, and that was our Mojo belt bleeder kit and our Mojo belt bleeder kit wallet. So this is the holster version, and I'll show you the wallet here in a second. So the initial requirement specification, it did not include the IT clamp, so we did not have that in there, but we simply just had the TMT and a pack of Celox Rapid in there. And although it met the requirements, as we talked about, how we're going to go ahead, how are we going to achieve compression, what items do they have available on their gear, that led to really thinking that maybe they need to do something differently. So the next item that was shown to them was the wallet version of the Mojo belt bleeder kit, and I'll show you that here too. So that is this version. You can see the thin blue line across the top. It's got a belt mounting option on the back. You can mount it in a number of different orientations. The flap Velcro opens up. You'll see a pair of rubber gloves, another pack of Celox Rapid, and the TMT. So again, we are the same issues. We didn't have the compression solution in there. So then that led us to our first custom build, and that's what you see here. So we take the IT clamp out. We have the TMT. We have the Celox Rapid. We have the compression wrap. We have a nice compression dressing. We have a nasal trumpet. And we also have the Fox seal, because at that point we wanted them to. This is already opened up, so we have to replace that. But we got into, well, now if we're going to do a custom build, what exactly do you want to carry? And that led to this IFAK. So this was tested, and they ended up realizing that it was conflicting with the gear configuration that they have on their load bearing vest and plate carrier. So they we decided that it needed to be mounted in a different place. So we really challenged them to think about where on their person it would be best. They did a number of situational evaluations and determined that they wanted that it should be placed in a smaller back. We couldn't agree more. So we started working on a solution. Problem with these kind of IFAKs or this kind of build is that it's relatively positioned in a place that once it's there, and you know, in the small of your back, it's going to be really difficult to access the equipment blindly. So that led us to a solution like this, where we had the ability to it's a sleeve, and you can pull the kit out from within the sleeve. So the sleeve, it mounts it on onto the belt. Nice little option there. This one went through pretty extensive testing. So we found out what we liked, what was liked on this, and what was not. One of the challenges with this design was that the product itself was starting to interior product was starting to take abuse, and which, you know, obviously compromises its integrity and reduces its life expectancy. So we couldn't have that. So we and there was a little bit of the slop and wiggle in there, so we wanted to take that, get rid of that too. But otherwise, this was a really nice step for us in the project. So this is we refer to this as custom build number 2, and you'll see here later on we'll talk about these poles, these braided poles on this one. We really like that. We like the identifier on here. That could be done a little bit differently, but this was just a mock-up for the customer to consider. This led to custom build number 3. I was extremely excited to see this, and I'm going to do a separate video, which will be 3 of 3 on this project, just so you can see this a little more, but we'll kind of go through this real quick. But you're going to do a pole just like that, and obviously it's going to be mounted onto the back, so it makes it a lot easier to pull out. But you're going to just give this a nice little tug, pull that out. Inside this sleeve, there's a little pouch here that could be cut out for inserting your red cross. Also gives you or other identifiers. Gives us the ability to do a heat transfer nylon on there to again customize this. You can see the belt mounting options on the back. The interior we had it done so we can eliminate that wear and tear that was done on that we saw on the previous custom build. This allows us to open this up. Everything's easily accessible. What's really nice about this is that it has a nice wide base for contrast for the products, so you can clearly see what you're dealing with. It gives you a nice working surface. You can set things on this and just easily clean, pull things back together and move on. Reload it and get back to business. So this part of the project really excites me as far as its potential, and I'm eager to add some more contributions to this. But the main thing is we learned over the last week and a half is that this part needs to be a little bit wider. Just early on into the testing evaluation, we started getting some fatigue on these items too, because they they weren't covered very tightly. We potentially could put some Velcro here and on here so that when we pull this together it stays nice and tight. Put another piece of Velcro perhaps on here with these coming deeper or further into it to cover those edges a little bit more, and then again pulling that nice and tight, closing that up, and then that way you won't have this little exposed area here. Everything will be nice and protected, but you'll still get the same really nice working area. So that's custom build number 3. As far as the cordage goes, as on the back, we found that it was easier to identify the pull cords in the braided form versus this. So this is actually the preferred solution. But as far as the sleeve goes, everything is there except for there's a stiffener here. I'd like to see a stiffener on the other side. So this is custom build number 3, but we'll be back to this in a moment. And then we have the Mojo belt trauma kit, and we're going to get into that here pretty extensively here in a second. So, all right. Inside this Mojo belt trauma kit at the moment, you'll see our March quick start guide, TMT, Silex Rapid, marker, Fox seal, an emergency blanket. Really nice case, pair of gloves down here. This is great. One of the things you noticed is that it seals up all around the edges, so nothing's getting down inside. When you open it up, you still have a working field, although it's not as big as the other, but it's still a nice working field. So what the customers asked us to do is essentially take the items out of this that they're looking for, that they want in their bill of materials, and let's see here. So that's it. Take these 4 items. So the battle wrap, I mean the battle dressing, the battle bandage, and the battle wrap, the Fox seal, and the Silex Rapid. Drop them into that. They have the ability to then later add the nasal trumpet if they want, and then once they're ready to add that, and then you can zip this up. A nice pouch, nice and tight. Everything's closed, everything's sealed from the elements. Yet you have the ability to open this up, and you have a nice working field again. So now the next step of this is to work into custom build number 4. Would be that take this pouch, remove these mounts that are on this so that it's nice and smooth on both sides. We will eliminate the thin blue line. We will replace these pull tabs with red ones. So this will be smooth, and then that will allow us to slide that inside this sleeve. This sleeve will then have, this is the custom build number 3 sleeve, it will have, instead of these mounts, it'll have these mounts on the outside, which gives them the versatility that they need. What's nice about these mounts is that the wearer has the ability to mount this up or down, upside down, or right side up, or other way around on their belt, to adjust how it sits in the small of their back, so that they have the ability to be a little bit higher above the belt, or a little bit lower for their specific comfort requirements. So the belt would go through here. If it's a wider belt, then they still have the ability to go through here, but using these complex snaps gives them a lot of security for being able to do their job and not have to worry about it. So this is this is a little tight for this one, so I'm just going to use this sleeve from the custom build number 2 to demonstrate how this would work. So this will then slide into this, and there's no pull tabs yet on this kit, so it makes it a little bit difficult to pull it through. But you can now see how that sits, just like that. So what we'll do is we'll take then the braided pull tabs from the pull cords from custom build number 2 and actually incorporate them onto this kit to make it easier to pull that out. So we're going to take the braided cordage and we're going to incorporate that onto here somewhere. So to review that again, we're going to take the braided cord from custom build number 2, incorporate that onto this Mojo belt trauma kit. We're going to take the mounting platform for Mojo belt trauma kit here. It's going to be removed from this and incorporated onto the sleeve design from custom build number 3. So this will be on top of the back there. We're going to remove this pocket from the sleeve from custom build number 3, and we will then, with no pocket there, it'll simply just be smooth. We'll have a heat transfer vinyl of the red cross on there, so for quick identification of the IFAK to the team members. Replacing the pull tab cordage. So we're going to take this blue and we're going to replace it with red. Again, we're going to eliminate the thin blue line. And then there is a stiffener on this side. You can hopefully see that in the video. We want to put that stiffener on this back side if possible. So with that is custom build number 4. And I hope that this has been helpful. As far as the bill of materials go, again, we're going to have a Cell-X Rapid by 1, a Fox Seal by 1, Battle Wrap by 1, Battle Bandage by 1, and then make sure we have enough space for the nasal trumpet with lubricating jelly as well. So, but for this time, we're going to deliver it to the customer with the Cell-X Rapid by 1, Fox Seal by 1, Battle Wrap by 1, Battle Bandage by 1. All right. I hope that this is helpful, and obviously don't hesitate to let me know if we have any questions. Thanks.